And welcome to another beautiful day in the city of Baltimore at Suite 207 East.
What?
Listen, I don't want people to always know where we are, T. We on a public street. Somebody might want to ride by, throw a rock or something because we man-bash a lot. I'm trying to throw them off. Don't clear it up.
Okay.
I'm T, and this is XCY.
And I'm T.
Did you see my smile? Because I'm excited.
It's been a minute. I know.
We recorded the last show,
We took
like
a little break,
month
but
ago.
we are back.
It's like a month ago,
Yeah,
right?
it was
A minute ago. So I'm excited to be here today.
I'm excited too because we have a really, really great show. We get to go back to like our topics and stuff. Normally we still have a guest, a co-host, but
And we get to go back. Listen.
It's more about what we used to doing.
This is more about T today. This is about her and her cosmic energy and connection with the universe and the sun and the planets, everything's aligned. This is her kind of show. This is the show that she handpicked. So I may not be doing much talking because I don't know much about like the universe and all that.
That's a whole lot. She's gonna have a whole lot to say. We already know. That's
anyway
what we're talking about.
So we got life coach.
Mm-hmm.
I want to call her Asha, but she's going to kill me. I think it's Asha. I always call her Asha. I don't think she realized. I was like, hey, Asha. She's not going to get mad. But
like, when it's out, you say Queen God.
We have Asha Wagnar in the building. She's a life coach. She's going to be here. Hopefully she's going to tell me something about why I'm so angry. About why T is just so happy all the time. Maybe we'll talk about that today. We have a wonderful show lined up. But before we get into today's show, remember, follow us on Instagram, Twitter. We don't have a Snapchat. I think it's a habit for me.
I know, because we used to have it.
Well, no, we used to have a Snapchat, but
we still do.
We don't. T has a Snapchat, right?
Yeah,
Facebook. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe
to our YouTube. We are so close. So close to having our own YouTube handle.
Please subscribe. Just all you gotta do is just go and hit like. Say hello, and it's there. That's all you have to do. All right. So subscribe. You go to our page. Also, we have some things that are coming up. Well, we have something big that's coming up. Hip hop brunch, y'all. Hip hop brunch is coming up. It's gonna be at the Premier Lounge on what day, T?
December the 1st from 12 to 3 p.m. Tickets are $20. Get them in advance. We have very limited seating. It's gonna be more at the door. $30 at the door, but you can't beat that. $20. Hip hop. We got J Prime on the ones and twos.
Hey, J Prime.
We're definitely like excited because we're basically celebrating 20 episodes of the XTY show.
I'm really excited. I got really excited. I just really want some breakfast and brunch food. I don't really, and just so you know, if you come, and which you should come, you better come. Listen. I don't got time for all that socializing. I just want to drink, enjoy my Sunday.
Well, it's all about socializing. I mean, because we got we have some major stuff jumping off. I mean, ATWTV. So we're celebrating all of those things.
But I don't want to socialize. I want to talk.
You're gonna have to socialize because you know she's gonna be on the mic anyway. Once she starts drinking, it's on. It's on.
Ain't seeing that thing, but I'm excited. Like we are launching our own little station. Like I'm excited about that. A lot of the details are going to be coming out soon, but I'm excited about that, y'all. So I'm excited.
Me too.
I don't know what to say. I'm so excited.
So make sure you get your tickets December the 1st. I know black folk like to wait till the last minute to do things, but we have very limited seating. The space is a very intimate space, so yeah, you might want to get your tickets because you might not be able to get in at the door. And we've already been selling tables. Yes, people want to come celebrate their birthdays with us.
Really good.
Yep, and the food is going to be amazing. So
let's get into the show. So we're going to get into the XTY portion of the show for the day. As always, if you have a question, send it in 410-999-8947. Email us at xty@gmail.com. You can Facebook it. You can even text me and T if you don't feel comfortable doing it. I mean, I'm not going to put my phone number out there.
Exactly.
T doesn't care, but I'm not putting my number out there.
I'm about to change that because somebody did just text me today talking about I found the number on Facebook. My name is Vaughn, and do you still have your business? And I'm like, who in the world is this? Yeah, exactly. That has to change. I have to take my number off. Exactly.
So we're going to move on to the XTY segment. As always, with the XTY segment, make sure that if you send a text or an email, make sure that it's clear, that it's legible. and that you are as detailed as possible. Because if you're not, then we are going
Details
to assume.
are very important.
We are going to assume and just go with our own thoughts and our own flows, which usually ends up you don't get your question answered because we just start putting in shit and then you get upset with us. So let's get into the XTY question. So this one was actually a 4-page paragraph. I believe that somebody sent it to T. And I tried to dissect it, and I just was sitting here like, you gotta be kidding me. Number one, this is some thought shit. Number two, this is some very intelligent and smart shit, because this is how resilient women, it is some thought shit, but it shows how resilient we as women are and what we will do for the man that we love, the man or woman that we love, and for our family. So, this particular question, I had to summarize it because you really said me like 4 fucking paragraphs. Like, why you didn't text him back and say, don't like, summarize
because it was actually a really interesting question.
I know, but it was 4 fucking paragraphs, and I'm not reading all that. So, basically, we have a woman. And it kind of irritates me because it's a woman a little bit. Right. Men are going to go run with this, but fuck them. So, this is a female. She's married. Her husband works, I'm assuming it's at a very big company or it's at a very good company. Okay? But she didn't specify. She just said that this is her husband's boss. Okay. So, her husband, his job had a holiday party. She ended up meeting the boss. They ended up sleeping with each other. During the holiday party, she disappeared and the husband couldn't find her, but that's because she was fucking his boss. So the more she slept with him, I just want to say, the more that she slept with the man, the better it got for her husband. Eventually, her husband ended up getting a promotion. Okay. So she feels like this is because of her. Now, on one side, this is some bad shit because it probably was. Right. Because this man is not looking at the fact that your husband probably is not shit. But he's looking at the fact that, oh, well, let me just go ahead and do this because, but anyway, I'm going to get into that later. So her husband ended up getting a promotion and the husband is excited. Like, this is what I wanted. You know, this is where I was trying to be. Right. You know, I guess I just been working hard, blah, blah, blah. But then she ended up talking to the boss. The boss was like, no, like, I gave it to him because you asked me to. Like, this what you wanted. Right. So apparently, wherever this husband works at, they have another position open. I don't know where he works at. I may be Social Security or some shit. Because that's a big place where you can just work at the same place as your husband and feel like you're going to be comfortable. I personally wouldn't do it, but maybe let's just say it's Social Security. Mm-hmm. That's what a lot of hoes work anyway. So federal government has some of the biggest hoes out there. So, let's just say it's that. So, she's trying to get inside of this job. Like, she wants a job there. Okay. So, apparently, this boss has a lot of connections within that business or whatever. Okay. And he's telling her, like, I'm going to get you in. But the thing is, she doesn't have any experience. So, if she actually gets this job, then it's going to look a little fishy. Like,
so, she's basically getting it off of her sleeping with the boss.
Right. She's getting it off of swallowing. Okay. So, because she probably So, her question is, what should she do at this point? Because her husband may start asking questions, people may start asking questions, and rumors are going to start to go around, and that's what it is. And she don't know if she should keep doing it because if she stops, it may affect her husband's job. It will affect her husband's job, right? But you didn't think about that before, exactly. So why are you worried about it?
But I say keep rolling with it while it's good.
But what did you think? But my thing is, what did you think that you was going to sleep with this man's boss and you was going to have a clean break and it wasn't going to affect your husband's job? Like, number one, if this happened in the state of Maryland, Maryland does not have, I can't think of the word, but they have a no reason fire policy. Okay. But that's not, it's like a no, I can't think of the exact term, but they basically, anybody in the state of Maryland can fire you without any type of reason. Oh, wow. If you walk into a job and they say, I don't want you here anymore, nothing you can do. They don't legally have to give you a reason, but a lot of employers do because, one, they don't want to pay you unemployment. Right. They don't want to deal with court. They don't want to deal with any of that. So they will actually keep a person there and let them hang themselves. Right. So my question is, what are you concerned about at this point? Like, are you just gonna keep? I don't know. I'm just speechless right now.
When you actually think about it, if you look at it in a responsible way, long term, to actually take that job, knowing that it's a risk that if I'm not going to keep doing what you want me to do, and you want to fire me, then my husband's out of a job, I'm out of a job. And we're fired. We can't use it as a reference or anything. So at this point, her husband is in a good place, but she's still kind of like stuck. She messed up. She really is messed up because when you think about it, like either way she does it, if something goes wrong,
it's going to fall back on her.
It's going to fall back on her.
And that's what I was thinking. Like, I mean,
and he's going to still lose his job. So even if she doesn't take the job, even if she does take the job, at the end of the day, he'll still lose his job.
The only thing I can think of is you're just going to have to keep on
rolling with the punches, right? Until it's, while it's good, and then when have a backup plan
and call it a day, like, and just just call it a day. Like that's the kind of thing I don't think
messy.
It's very messy. I don't think that she thought about that initially going in. Maybe I think that as women, sometimes like we don't plan completely ahead. Sometimes we look at what's here instead of what's out here. Like that was the dumbest shit you could have ever done because now it affects your family, it affects your money, it affects everything because men are shady. So at the end of the day, they're gonna use that shit. Like they're gonna use that. So that was just dumb of you to do. I'm gonna pray for you, sister. I don't even pray a lot.
I was about to say I don't really think she's gonna do that.
I am gonna pray for her because
I just think okay.
I'm gonna pray for her. I'm gonna pray for her too.
Okay. She might have took a new turn in life.
A resolution
over the last month. I'm saying though. Okay. All right.
Over the last hour. I really thought I'm gonna pray for you and hope that you find resolutions. Like we really can't help you because you kind of got yourself into this, and you got to get yourself
out. There's no way out of it. At this point, the only way,
swallow your way to the top and run the company. There you go. And be his boss. And be your side piece's boss. She can swallow her way to the top and be his boss.
I would recognize I made a mistake, and I probably would. I wouldn't. I don't know. I probably wouldn't want to be in that environment.
You don't want to take my
I probably wouldn't even take the job.
Like we're looking at me like
I wouldn't take the job. No, I won't say anything, but I wouldn't take the job.
So we gotta wrap it up. I think that she should do. We're gonna go ahead and go to a break. When we come back, we're gonna have our special guest.
And we'll have the expert tell us.
That's gonna answer this for us because she's the life coach. We got some questions and we got some concerns. Can you help us, please? This is XT Bob. We'll be back shortly. And we are back. This is XT Bob. This is TN in the building with Ayoka. I had to go ahead and just say it.
Thank you.
I just felt like
you
I
got
to
it.
say it. In the middle with Ayoka, and as y'all can see, we have our special guest with us today. Hey, Asha.
She said my name. She was practicing. She was practicing. She went back from
like somebody special. First of all,
she had to practice.
Anyway, we have our life coach in the building, y'all. We're really excited. We got life coach in the building. We need you to work some things out. We need you to work a lot of things out for us. But before we get inside of all of that, you were here for the XTY portion of the show.
Yes.
So just give us your opinion. Now, for those that don't know, that may have missed it, just to summarize, we have a lady sleeping with her husband's boss. She fucked her husband's way to the top. Oh, wow. He got a promotion. Now she trying to get into the business. That's what she did. She don't know what to do at this point, and there you go.
That's a hard one. It's a hard one because if you are in the energy or the state of cheating, then that means yes.
That's something else that's going into her and T stuff.
I'm gonna get you.
Love, light, and beauty stuff.
I got you, girl. Got you, girl. If she's cheating, then there's some stuff within her that she needs to deal with, because obviously she's not completely happy within herself and in her situation, because whatever you are magnified, it comes out. So whatever she's feeling and whatever she got going on inside, that's why she got this chaos going on. Because she got chaos inside.
You mean she's trying to help her husband?
Honey, that ain't helping your husband.
You help your husband.
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
I mean, you help your husband. You're helping your husband if he knows and he's on board and he's like, do what you got to do, boo. We in this together, boo. If he don't know nothing about it, then she's on some. She needs some healing. Tell her to call.
There you go. Now, before we get into this show, why don't you go ahead and just drop those credentials for us. So you are in fact a life coach. Now, what does a life coach mean?
And add the happiness, like that is the most
Right.
critical.
So what exactly is life coach? Because a lot of us, well, I don't watch it, but we watch that Fixing My Life, and I think Dr. Phil thinks he's a life coach, and he probably is a life coach.
He's a psychologist.
Right.
He's a psychologist.
Okay, so what exactly is life coaching?
So life coaching is basically giving you tools to fix yourself, whereas psychologists fix you. I'm not here to fix you. I'm here to give you the tools so that you can fix yourself.
To fix
yourself.
It's like IKEA. You know how IKEA, you go to IKEA and
you build your own stuff from the
and
bottom
then
up,
you
you get mad.
stuff.
I
And then you be looking at it like, what the? And what did I get myself into? Put slot A into slot B2. You're like, where's slot B2?
And buy the shit already put together.
But by the time you finish putting your IKEA furniture together, you're like, damn,
I did this.
I can build a
I
house.
know I had it in me.
Right. You're like proud of yourself. You stand back and you like,
And it really, that's a good
it's
analogy.
gratifying. It's very gratifying.
By the time you're done, it takes a
People
long
do shit.
time.
They'll care about to get in her car and drive out to IKEA and buy all this motherfucking furniture. Don't nobody know my friend. No. My friend and sister's gonna go to IKEA and be like, Bunny. That's my street name, y'all. Bunny, I need a new bookcase. I'm going to go and put it because Asha said, you know what? This is part of my building. I'm not coming over to help you build the shit. You're on your own.
You know, I be trying to recruit.
It's just an analogy.
I'm not. She's going to take that literally.
It's just an analogy.
But
It's just an analogy.
Help me.
But that's literally what it is. I give you the pieces. I give you the nuts, the bolts, and I'm like, here the instructions.
That makes sense, though.
It makes a lot of sense.
That makes sense. And I was going to say, because even if you watch like those different shows, they kind of walk you through the process, but a lot of the things that you find out about yourself and that you realize are through that process.
Right.
You know, nobody's putting it inside of your head. Like, I have a therapist, you know, and I don't think that my therapist is a life coach. I think that he really is a therapist.
Most therapists are just
you know what I mean? But I do think that through our conversation, it helps me realize things about myself that I may not realize.
Right.
So with the life coach, they don't help you realize anything. You sort of find it through
comes
the
to
conversation.
You,
Okay.
Because I've had clients that we realized that they had, you know, people always talk about daddy issues, but they had mama issues. Mama issues. I had mama issues.
So what do you mean, like the mama issues, like not having a parent, a
no,
mother that was there?
So you gotta understand that when you bring in a child into the world, if your spirit is toxic and just chaotic, and your kid is going to be born with that stuff within them.
Yeah.
You know, that's why the old folks will tell you, you know, don't have a bunch of stress around you and just, you know, maintain yourself and kind of keep yourself even keel, and because that stuff you'll put within your child.
That was me when I was pregnant.
It goes into your DNA. And so what happens
you got
is
the children with this. You
with
trying to figure out why they all raw.
Yeah, and that's where it's coming from.
So you have to, and that's really more so laying dormant in your subconscious, not your conscious, because most people don't even realize that they have issues. They think that their issues stem from the last relationship that they were in. Their issues started way back with conception.
And I was going to say too, before, but then also can it be a situation where it stems from the way that they were raised by their parents?
That too, but that's external. That's like the stuff that's the learned behavior. We're talking about before the learned behavior.
So let me just be clear. So you're saying that it can be a situation where you have a parent that's very toxic. They have a toxic life, a lot of stress and everything. And then they're pregnant. They're walking around with all of this. And then when their baby is born, their baby subconsciously is born with all of this. And as they become an adult, they take it on. But that makes sense, though.
If you put it on a biblical standpoint, for people that don't understand the universal laws or whatever, how it flows, I guess if you put it on the basis of generational curses. Yeah. You just passing stuff.
And that get myself together.
But the thing is that, and not to go into this because this can take a whole 5 segments.
Right.
But a lot of our hurt stems from generational hurt that we got from slavery all the way down to 2019. And even when it comes to like finding love relationships and stuff like that, black women, we don't feel safe with black men, and
You
black
don't
men
feel
don't
safe
feel.
with any man.
But black men don't feel like.
Right.
But black men feel like they can't. It's nothing they can do for us.
Right, and they feel
And it's always a tug of war. It's a power struggle. Always in the relationship because the woman wants the power, but the man wants the power, but the woman wants the power. So everybody's fighting.
It's a tug of war. And I was gonna say that, and that's true because I have a few male friends that their motto is they only date white. They only date white women. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying
White
this.
women or white men?
Women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what I said, but women.
Okay.
I think I said women. But don't get me wrong.
I was trying to understand.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this because of any type of racist issue or not, because I'm far from being a racist. I love all races. Send me a man of another race. Listen, pay some bills. That's all I care about. I don't give a fuck. But they will only date outside of their race because they feel like that's where they are more respected. That's where they get the most attention. That's the group of women that will accept them. And my opinion is no. It's just you have not found the woman that will accept you.
Right.
Just period. You know what I mean? And when you have to go outside of that, you don't accept yourself. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. You don't accept yourself. You are not comfortable with yourself because if you feel like I have to go outside of this area to find Mrs. Right, that don't have nothing to do with race, bro. That's all you like. That's the way that you feel about yourself. You know what I mean? So,
and that's what my coaching is. My coaching teaches people to look at themselves. Take a look at that person in the mirror. Versus, well, it's his fault that I don't have no one, and it's his fault, and it's her fault. Instead of blaming, and it's your fault. So, like that woman that we were talking about, if her husband finds out and it's like leaving her, and she wants to be, play the blame game, it's your fault. You made a really effed up situation. You made a decision that was going to affect your life adversely, and now this is the consequence. So now you need to go back to the drawing board and start over and fix yourself because whatever is in you that made you first get with this man and marry him, knowing that maybe then, because when we're like, I'm going off topic. we go on different parts of our lives.
I want to stop you real quick because you're going into a lot and you have a lot of knowledge and you got a lot of detail. And I feel like you're about to give us a whole lot. And we haven't even gotten into you and how you even got to this point because you're giving a lot of advice and your advice is just ridiculously good because it's actually like on point. So I want to get into the fact that how you started this and what made you do it. And I'm only doing that because once you start really giving this advice, I really want people to understand, like, this is coming from some really good shit. So I need you to get into that, and then I want you to get back into that situation.
So, me. I was that woman who dated, I didn't know what I wanted, so I was just dating anybody. Just so I could happen to stumble upon some love. Because when it all came together, I didn't love myself. I've never been taught self-love. I didn't know nothing about self-love. Like, my family would be like, oh, you're pretty. Oh, you're smart. But that's not self-love. That doesn't teach you self-love.
How to love yourself.
My mother, when she taught me about men, it was keep your legs closed. Right. But she didn't tell me the more you love you, the more a man has to love you. And if he can't love you on your level, then you're not even going to look at him. You're going to be like, keep moving. But I didn't know that. So for a good 20-something years, I was looking like I got to find love because I felt so incomplete as a woman and as a person. So it wasn't until maybe about 5 years ago that I got into my spiritual journey and I started learning about the law of attraction. And law of attraction states that like energy attracts like energy. And that made so much sense to me. And I'm like, dang, all of the insecurities that I had within, all of the self-doubt and the limiting beliefs that I had was manifesting these broken people, manifesting these broken relationships. And when I started learning this stuff about myself, I started seeing it with other people. And then you go on Facebook and everybody, oh, ain't no good men out here, ain't no good women.
You just ain't found them, sis.
No, it ain't even that. You gotta be that good woman to find that good man. If you're not that good woman, you ain't gonna find nothing.
Right.
And I gotta give it to you just like how it is. I'm not giving you with the sugar and the honey coating. That ain't me. You want that, you do it yourself. I ain't coating it for you. I'm gonna give it to you straight. If you want to find a good man, you want to find a good woman, you be that good man and that good woman
that you put out there to be.
Because like energy attracts like energy. So if you all screwed up and messed up and insecure, got all these issues, that's what you're gonna attract. It may not be the exact same. Like if you get cheated on, you know, you're not a cheater, but you had insecurities that brought that cheating because you had a fear of either being alone, you had a fear of being cheated on, you had a fear of somebody doing you dirty, whatever your fear was, but you manifested that situation.
And it came back to you. It came back to you. Well, we're gonna take a break. I'm sorry that I cut off the whole advice part and just because there was so much knowledge, but I needed y'all to understand where she was coming from. When we come back, we're gonna get back into that whole. Like I feel like this is a really good lecture. Like I might find love after this. Probably not, but anyway, we're gonna take a break. I'm not with shit. This is on y'all. I ain't doing the shit. We're gonna take a break. This is Asha Wagnar. Love, light, beauty, and fine love, and then the fucking stars and shit. Look at that. Life coach in the building. If y'all missed it, I mean, she went into how she became a life coach and just you never went into how you actually became when you went into the basics surrounding it and just the knowledge that boosted you to become one. So did you take a class?
I did. I took like 3 classes. I started out as a happiness coach and then it just kind of trickled into being a life coach.
A happiness coach?
To teach people how to be happy because most people aren't happy.
A lot of people.
So what I did was I wanted to help my sisters. I wanted to like drop these jewels on y'all and be like, hey, we can all be in this together instead of, I'm out here by myself and then you out here going left field and it's like I can grab you and say, come on, sister, we gonna go this way. Right. Instead of just like,
what you doing? You were hiding from my sister. Keep moving.
Right. And instead it's just like my nature is to help people. So this was a way to help. And it's not just for women, it's for men too. I think women are more receptive to life coaching than men are because men feel like ain't nothing wrong with them. And it's a woman's fault.
It's always their fault, never is.
But it's their fault too because spirit does not have a sex. So like energy attracts like energy. So if a man's energy is jacked up, he's going to attract a jacked up woman.
So
Come on.
I know, right?
So I guess my question is, with everything that you've been taught, everything that you've learned, just with the whole life coach thing, when it applies to your own life, because I know we told people, like we talked about how this show was going to be about finding Mr. Right, Mr. and Mrs. Right. You kind of have an idea of what you have to look for and what you should do. Are you at that point where you feel like I'm able to find this person and know exactly what I want, and anything other than that, I'm not going to tolerate because I'm better than that, or are you in that place where I'm still building? So I still have those moments where I may fall weak, I may kind of be what I was before I got knowledge, or you at the point like, I'm not going to do this shit like I'm good.
Right. I put it this way, and that's a whole nother segment of manifestation, but the way that my mind works now is that I am firm in what it is that I want. So when that person comes, it's kind of like, boom, that's exactly what I want.
That's what you're looking for.
But it's about your energy. So I know when guys are coming at me and they're coming at me stupid, and I'm like, all right, let me switch my energy because maybe it's something I did, right? And not saying that I'm always like it's my fault, it's my fault, it's my fault, but I have to check my energy. So like this is a freebie that I give to a lot of ladies. Before you go out, even if you're just going out with the girls, music helps me get in the mood. So I put on, like, if I'm going out with my girls, I put on some Lil Kim, some Cardi.
And then they were like, hey, you gotta go on.
Right. While I'm doing my makeup and stuff.
Me and T put on track.
We put on track. So I do that because then that already it's training my energy to be a certain way, to be in a fun party mood, not in a serious mood, not for I gotta find a man tonight. Just I'm gonna have fun, and then I do the positive affirmations. Oh my God, like tonight before I came here, I was like, we're gonna have a ball. It's gonna be so much fun. Right. I'm gonna get some people that's gonna kick me up after the show. Like this is gonna be monumental tonight.
Oh, shit.
And that's what I do. So, that's what you can do. But as far as finding like Mr. Right, no, he hasn't manifested himself yet, which is fine because I'm finally to a place in my life where I'm good being single. I'm not scared about being single. I used to be paranoid and so scared of, oh my God, being single is, nah, now it's like,
you like, I'm
good, right.
And I just want to say that I don't want to say that it's commendable, but I'm saying that I guess it's a good thing. I don't know what words to use.
A lot of women don't know how to be by themselves.
Bingo.
And their whole existence is dependent
on a relationship.
But wait a minute. But there's a saying, I forgot who said the saying, but they said if you are lonely when you're by yourself, you're in bad company.
Right. That's true. It's very true.
And that it was one of those my Mary Jane moment where I had posted note. Yeah. So, and I read that all the time, and I was just like, that makes so much sense. So, how can I expect somebody else to want to be in my company when I don't like my own company?
You like being by yourself.
Right.
And then I was going to say, I was just going to kind of piggyback on it because that's absolutely true. Because I'm saying that because you see a lot of people, just not even women, but men, that are in relationships and that are with people that you're like,
they don't even want to be with them.
You're not happy. You don't even like them when they come alone. Right. They don't want to be alone. And I don't think there's ever been a time that I can recall being to a point where I was like, I just don't want to be alone. I'm going to tolerate this because I don't want to be myself. I think my issue has always been, if somebody doesn't want me, if I'm not dealing with this person, then I'm going to put it out there. I don't feel like I'm worthy. You know what I mean? If I don't have somebody beating down my door, I don't feel like I don't know if I'm saying it right, but
we trying to find out. We're like, come on.
If I don't have the attention, if I don't have somebody beating down my door, I feel like that's about me. That's something that I'm missing.
You internalize it,
right? You know what I mean? Versus me being alone, because I don't want to be in a relationship that I'm not happy.
But you like the attention,
right? I like the attention, but that comes from something inside of me because when it gets to the relationship part, I'll be like, I'm good.
Girl, she's hard.
What is your point here?
I thought she was gonna be like a fire sign or something. I was like, oh yeah, she like the attention. But listen.
What is your point, T?
No, I'm not wrong with that about that because my moon sign is in Taurus.
Oh, okay. Well, you tell me looking like it's
already know. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I like attention.
Yeah, I like the attention, but
I'm the totally opposite. Like I don't need you to keep.
No. Now, I'm just talking about, I like attention in general.
In general, I like attention.
I don't need unwanted attention.
Right. Sure.
And that's the thing, because I'm firm in what it is that I desire, it's kind of like I don't do the whole stringing somebody along for weeks.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the first conversation.
We let them know.
Yep.
And I think that's what all of us have in common. I know I will say in a minute, listen, bro, it's not going to go but a few dates. I'm just not interested. I'm not going to keep.
And guys get mad about that.
And they get mad because you're so honest, but they do the same thing. But where does that come from with men?
Where does it come from with men? It comes from,
do you know?
That comes from something inside, honey. That's it. Men don't like,
okay. We're asking you for advice.
Men don't like rejection.
They don't.
Rejection causes insecurity. Because those
men go
in their heads and be like, oh, she don't like me because I got a gut. Or she like me because I ain't cut up. And then
they internalize that shit.
But then they come at you like, oh, she don't like me because she want them gold diggers. Or she I
don't like you.
My favorite one. Wait a minute, my favorite one is, oh, she want some dude to beat on her.
Beat on me? Do you want me to go to
Or be
jail?
arrested?
I don't want to go to jail.
But because
I don't want to go to jail because I'm going to fight you and kill you. I
But
don't want to go to
saying,
jail.
there's some men who nobody likes rejection. I'm just put it honest. No, rejection doesn't feel good. But my thing is this: I'd rather be rejected by somebody that isn't good for me versus being in a full-fledged relationship, marriage with somebody that I didn't spend 20 years with, and then come to find out, I found all the stuff about them that I didn't want in the first place.
Right.
Because I wasn't sure about myself. And that's where a lot of people are at right now in their relationships. These people, they were with them because they just
shit. They
just wanted to be with somebody. They wanted to show off to their friends, I got a husband, I got a man. That's why somebody posted this on Facebook about why do people post about their relationship? And I said, that's for validation. Internally.
Right.
I don't need to post my relationship on Facebook.
I'm been wanting, none of y'all know.
And I do feel like that is a lot of times. I mean, I don't say there's anything wrong with it because
that's what you do, right?
Let me praise whoever.
But we don't need to know that y'all done went to the bathroom.
Right.
We don't need to know that y'all getting ready to bed.
But at the same time, like you said, it is to show everybody like this is my man, this is who he is.
They put it out there. So I got some things that I want you to kind of get into, but real quick, can you just drop how people can get in contact with you? Because your vision was people want to reach out, have you fix their fucking life. We trying to have the Baltimore Ayana, aka Asha Wagnar, started off at XCY. So how can people reach out to you?
So on Instagram, you can reach me at Love Happiness Healing. On Facebook, same hashtag, Love Happiness Healing. I don't have a phone number. I ain't got a burner yet.
Don't get that shit.
I ain't got a burner yet. But if you want to email me, it's happinesshealingcoachingservices@gmail.com. I also have a website, happinesshealingcoachingservices.com.
Yeah.
.com. So we're gonna have to have you back for a second part because we gotta finish this conversation. We got help with light work because I think we need to have you back. Is that okay? Thank you. That's cool. So we're gonna finish this conversation. Before we end, this was a wonderful discussion. I don't want to wrap it up because you are coming back to finish this. Give us some motivation,
But also, before you get into that, because we never really figured out how to get Mr. Right.
We got to get into the next show.
We still got about 3 minutes.
We got to get into the next show.
2 minutes. So basically, to find Mr. Right or Mr. Wrong, you have to basically go back and internalize yourself. Fix yourself.
Go inside.
I think she told me.
You be Mrs. Right. If you want Mr. Right,
you told me.
Mrs. Right.
All right, got
Bingo. We're gonna get into the ingredients of being Mrs. Right.
Yes.
Now, I guess you told me, T. Well, I'm gonna shut up. Go right ahead. Give us an affirmation.
Let's see.
Short one.
A short one.
Listen, ain't nobody trying to fix
A short one is I love me. That's it.
One.
Short, sweet, simple, to the point, and it's so effective. I love me.
That's it.
Did you have one? Go ahead. I can't think of mine. You go.
Oh, no, right? I'm like,
I gotta think of mine real quick. Right? You ready?
You go.
Ladies, listen, no matter what happens, just remember that you are too legit to quit. Hey.
That was perfect.
This is XCY. I'm TN.
And a yoga tea price.
And I'm Asha.
And we out. Peace.
Hey everybody, this is Asha, the happiness coach, coming to you from the XTY show. I just did a great segment with these two women. I love them to death. Check them out on YouTube at the XTY show, and you can reach me at happinesshealingcoachingservices.com, or you can reach me on Instagram at Love Happiness Healing and Facebook. See y'all later.